Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and we've got something special to show you today, and that is the much anticipated release of the Rideiron MG750H Intelligent Heated Gloves. These are pretty cool, and with winter just around the corner, these are going to keep your hands toasty throughout that winter period. Let's bring you guys closer and show you the specs on these gloves. Okay folks, Rideiron, they're continually improving their product portfolio of excellent motorcycle gear. And as you guys know, I'll only promote something if it's something I'll wear and use on my rides out. If it's worthy, it gets a review. And this, guys, is a decent review. After using these on my last two rides, I can safely say that these will keep your hands toasty. So let's have a closer look. Okay folks, so why are these called intelligent heated gloves when all the others are just a standard heated gloves? And the reason being is they have an intelligent heat setting. Let me show you. So to switch these gloves on, you hold the button down for about 2 seconds and you can see we've got the red setting on there, which is the high heat setting. Press it again, we've got the medium green setting. Press it again, you've got the blue setting, which is the low setting. Okay, so you're going to get the longer battery life out of that, but we'll get to that in a bit. If you go back to the red and you do 2 quick presses, you can see now it starts to glow. So the orange setting there is the intelligent heat setting. And what that means is it works on the ambient temperature. So if you're riding and it's 8 degrees Celsius, okay, so the gloves are going to heat to an ambient temperature to keep your hands warm. And say that temperature then drops down to about 4 Celsius on your ride, the gloves will heat up to keep your hands at that constant temperature. So what that does is it enables the battery saving mode almost, but also keeps your hands toasty at the same time, because what it's doing is it's not on the high heat setting all the time. So it's not running your battery down. So there's fluctuations in temperatures as you're riding. If you stop, obviously you're not going to get the wind factor, so the wind chill on the bike obviously cools down probably approximately say 10 degrees, correct me if I'm wrong. But if that's the case, then when you stop riding for any moment in time, then the temperature around the glove is not going to be as cold. Okay, so what that'll do then, it's saving the battery by not pumping that heat out all the time. So that is the intelligent part of it. Okay, so here's the box, but you're not interested in the box that they come in because you're only interested in the product inside. Toss that to one side. Inside the box, you get a lovely little bag to keep your gloves in, or you can keep your dirty underwear or whatever you fancy in there. Okay, and they also get a little sticker. You can stick that on your top box or you can stick it on your fridge. Again, don't need that for now. So here's the product themselves. They're a great looking glove. And as you can see from, I'm going to put a couple of clips on now to show you them being used in the rain and in that horrible British weather out there. So we'll put that on now. And the other thing I've got on today that I'm testing, I like to test things before I do a full review usually. But these things aren't out yet. These are the Rideiron Intelligent Heated Gloves. So I'm giving these a good test. So these aren't out until I think it's November the 7th or 8th. So I'm just going to do a little wearing of them, make sure everything's okay, and there'll be a full review of these soon. But up to now, toasty fingers. Temperature today is about 7.5 degrees-ish. So things are cooling down here in the UK, but I love riding in the cold, as you know. Okay, so there you go. As you can see, I've tested them out in the worst of the British weather so far. Obviously not in the ice and snow, but it was quite cold on that day as well. Stop your fingers getting cold. So they're a cracking little glove. You've got the knuckle protection on here, and you've got your finger protection here. They are CE rated as well, and you can see they are 3M insulated as well. There's the 3M sticker there. So they're a carbon nano heating tech, which most heated glove providers now do use that technology. So we'll just show you the battery. The batteries, the good thing about the Rideiron batteries, I love the way they do this, and not a lot of them do, you should all take note, is that you can see here that they are charged via a USB-C. So everyone's got a USB-C now. Even Apple are going to USB-C because they've realised that Android got it right. For all you Apple users out there, you probably disagree with me. So here is the battery. I think it's 7.5. You can see there. batteries, so these are readily available as well. So if you want to buy spares off them or anywhere, they use a standard charger, which most of them use now, which is this pointer to plug into them. Some of them do charge off that as well, obviously, but you can charge again readily from USB-C. That is so handy. So if you're on tour, whatever, you can always use a power bank, or if you're in a hotel, just charge them straight off that. Saves all the messing with taking a big plug with you. Okay, so we're going to switch the gloves on. There you go. I'm going to do a temperature reading and then go through what they state should be the required temperatures for these gloves. Okay, so I got my little handy thermometer multimeter. We're going to set that on the thermometer. So you can clearly see I've had the heating on in the garage, so it's already about 61, 63 degrees in here, about 15 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to pop this inside the glove. So you can see the temperature is rising up now, and within seconds you feel the heat of these gloves. Honestly, within 3 to 5 seconds you do feel the temperature on these. So just while the thermometer is doing its job, I'll just put this on there and you can see, let me just fold that up so you can see what's going on. So you can see here, let's move this over, that on the red, you should be looking at around 55 degrees, 131 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the green, 50 degrees Celsius, 122 Fahrenheit. For the blue, for the low setting, 45 degrees to 113 Fahrenheit. And the intelligence setting is between 45 and 55. And it shows you the times here as well for what you should expect out of these gloves. So the ambient temperatures between 3 and 3.5 hours on the red setting at 0 to 15 degrees Celsius. And the lower the temperature gets, minus 20 to minus 10, you could expect 2 to 2.5 hours of heat. And obviously that's due to battery life in the cold. So I would say on average there, you're looking between, on the low setting, 4 and 4.5 hours of heat. I personally can review these to around 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours on the setting I use on the intelligent heated mode while I was in the lakes the other week. So not a bad time scale really, but I always recommend keeping a spare set of batteries charged just to save you the hassle if you're out on the ride. Okay, so after a few minutes testing, I think it's true to say I'm going to max out around 120 Fahrenheit, which is plenty heat to keep your hands warm. Never go over the manufacturer's specs. It's a few degrees under, but that is still nice and toasty. So there you go. From the horse's mouth, through the thermometer, it doesn't lie. So I've got about 118, 120 average from the gloves on the high heat setting. So there you go, guys. The intelligent heated gloves by Rideiron. Pretty cool. Like I said, there is so many gloves on the market, and I have tested quite a few over the years. I've got plug-in ones as well that I use and plug into the bike. But for the shorter journeys, and if you've got a spare pair of batteries, you can use these for the longer journeys as well. And like I said, with them being the 3M insulated and waterproof, they are a game changer to keep those hands toasty and dry through the coming cold weather and wet weather. But for now, I'm going to leave you with some more footage of me wearing these on a ride out in the wet. And you can make your own mind up. But thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you in the next one. So we've got the Rideiron gloves on today. Which, after riding in some of the heavy rain here before, I can sort of say they are pretty waterproof. They've kept my hands lovely and toasty and dry. So no problems with these.